Regular viewers know that the more move toward natural and organic, the more we get that way, the more we get toward humane and sustainable foods, the more knowledge we get. Well, guess what? We make a fortune. That's why White Wave's been so good. That's why Hain Celestial's been so good. But if you want to understand the real cutting edge of this theme, we need to go off the tape and check in with Hampton Creek Food. This could be the next one. This is the company that's taking this story to the next level with its plant-based, egg-free alternatives for mayonnaise and cookie dough. That's a memered CNBC annual Disruptor 50 list thing. You might have seen their products in your local supermarket under the Just Mayo and Just Cookies brands. And after Hampton Creek's latest round of funding in December, the company has said that it plans to expand into biscuits, crackers, and pasta using plant-based protein. Hey, look, that's like White Wave with drinks. I think Hampton Creek is exactly the kind of business that any of the beleaguered old-school packaged food companies should be dying to acquire, especially in the wake of the recent deal with Compass Group, the multinational contract food service outfit that we're going to talk about in a moment. But don't take it from me. Let's check in with Josh Tetrick. He's the founder and CEO of Hampton Creek Foods. Hear more about his company and the future of plant-based egg alternatives. Mr. Tetrick, welcome back to Mad Money.
Jim, always good to see you.
All right, Josh, you've got news, and I think this news is the kind of verification that I've been looking for to make sure that you are a food service, a food potential giant. I mean, tell me about this deal.
It's a big deal for us, Jim. Compass Group is the largest food service company in the world. They serve 4 billion meals a year. They serve food at Harvard, your own old school, New York Times Cafe, Google, HP, Qualcomm, and we just struck a really profound partnership with them where we're supplying cookies, we're supplying mayo, we're opening up the channels to supply some of that stuff you just mentioned, biscuits and pasta, and lots of things to come, and the scale is enormous.
I thought this was so exciting. Now, but one of the things I wanted to think of is we bought, when you came here, you brought a big tub of mayo, well, I'm showing mine here. It's Just Mayo. Will you be able to do those little packets that people go crazy about, like, the little ketchup and mayo packets would you have that kind of thing in your contract?
We do. In the food service world, we call them PCs. So we're going to be doing the PCs, the portion control, the pumps, not only the regular, but also the flavors, Chipotle and Sriracha. And I'm trying to convince Compass Group, Jim, I haven't been able to do it yet, to introduce a new product. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but it's actually called Just Jim. This is a line extension to our Just Mayo
product. Wow. All right. Well, thank you for that. Now, I want to understand this, because in the context of what I'm thinking about here, is you're talking about really upending the system in a way that hasn't been upended in years. I mean, mayo packets have been a staple, and we know that's Hellmann's. We know that they kind of backed down at one point. But I don't know, why would anyone want to use egg-based if it tasted the same and you know that it was plant-based?
Well, Jim, I think the point is human beings care about food that tastes damn good, right? And they care about food that's affordable.
Right.
And of course they care about things that are more sustainable and aligned with health and wellness. And to your point, if we can figure out, if other companies can figure out how to make things taste better, how to get them to a price that's more affordable with these other things that matter, the answer is it's silly to do anything different. And I think that's why you find our friends at Compass Group moving in our direction. And, this is much more than a trend. This is a new way of thinking about things. It just makes food a lot better.
All right, well, Josh, what's to say, though? Maybe this is just margarine. Maybe that's all it is really the evolution of corn-based rather than butter. I mean, am I thinking too big is what I'm saying? I got to rein myself in if it just turns out to be oleo, so to speak.
No, I think, Jim, the way to think about it is not a trend. It's not a side item, right? We have, as you know, we've got exploding populations. We have rise of type 2 diabetes. We have rise of obesity. We have resource scarcity. And there aren't enough companies asking these big questions. What would it look like if we just started over? Right. What would it look like if food in a mass scale, not in a niche way now, not just in your local market, but in a way that actually matters with scale, can be a lot more affordable, can taste a lot better, can have these things that matter? This is not a trend. I think this is something, as you've pointed out many times, this is here to stay.
Absolutely. And people have to know that it's not a fad. And they absolutely thought for sure that it was. Even people like Jim Sinegal at Costco thought it was a fad at one time. It's clearly not. Now, the cookie dough bust of Jim Cramer, what happened there? We still have that?
Well, Jim, I heard from your producer that, unfortunately, your cookie dough head has melted in your refrigerator. And I hope before it melted, you had a chance to at least, I don't know, maybe nibble on the ear, maybe take a little bit out of your head before you guys threw it away.
All I ever hear about from the callers is how great my staff is, and I'm rethinking everything right in front of us. One last question. You got to ask just the world's top 10 most innovative companies 2015 in food. You guys are algorithmic, right? You're trying to find plants all over the globe that work for you.
Jim, there are 400,000 species of plants out there, and you got to ask yourself why 92% of them haven't been looked at to make your food better. And we got a team of data scientists led by a guy that used to lead Google Maps and YouTube's data team, biochemists, computational biologists, phenomenal chefs and food scientists that find the best of them. And you bet, we use data science, we use biochem, we use awesome culinary, and you need all of it in order to make things that are better. If you keep doing the same damn thing, you're not going to figure out a way to make the good thing actually work for everyone, and that's why we have a new approach.
I'm proud that you come on the show. I really am. I think you're doing a great thing. You know, I think that this food, making it affordable is just terrific, and making it healthier is terrific. Josh Tetrick, the founder and CEO of Hampton Creek, thank you so much for coming on back on Mad Money.
Thanks, Jim.
Guys, I mean, look, this is what we live for, isn't it? Just a really exciting company that could be really gigantic. Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.